Hello everyone, welcome to one more session of Science with me. Children, today we are beginning a new topic in science and I am sure you would love this topic, that is clothes we wear. But before we talk about clothes, you all should be aware of what are three most basic requirements of human beings. That are food, we all need food to live. Second basic necessity, children, is we all need a shelter, we need a home to live. And the third most important necessity is clothes. We all need clothes to wear. So, the three essential and the basic necessities of every human being are we all need food, shelter, and clothing. And in this chapter, children will be dealing with the clothes we wear. But before dealing about clothes, we should know what a clothes made up of. So let's begin. Children, the clothes are made up of different types of materials that suit the weather of a place. But first think that I am sure you all must be aware of what is weather. So have a quick recap. So the children, weather is a condition of a place which tells you whether that place is hot, whether that place is cold, whether that place is dry, or whether that place is wet, right? So these are the different conditions of a place, and according to these different conditions we wear clothes, right? Like this time it is a summer season, so we are wearing a cotton clothes. When winter comes we start wearing woolen clothes because we feel cold, and when the rainy season comes, on the top of our clothes we need to wear a raincoats. We also wear a gumboots, right? So that our clothes don't become wet, right? Now we will be talking about their needs for clothes. So children, we wear different clothes at different times of a day, right? Like in morning when you go to school, you wear your school uniform. Similarly, depending on different professions, occupations, like teachers, we wear saris in school. That is our uniform. Similarly, doctors, what are doctors wearing? Doctors wear their white coat because they represent that they are doctors. So their white coat is the uniform of doctors. Lawyers wear their black coats. Similarly, different professions, on the basis of different professions, people wear different types of uniform when they are on work. But once you all are home, what do you like to wear? You all like to wear loose and comfortable clothes, right? Which makes you feel really comfortable and relaxed at your home, right? I'm sure all of us do the same. And when you go for sleep, that time we need to wear a night suit. So depending on the different time of the day, we are wearing different types of clothes, right? Now we will be further talking about that on the basis of different seasons, people are wearing different types of clothes which are made up of different types of material as well. So children, we wear different clothes during different seasons. Now we'll be talking about the clothes that we wear in various types of seasons. So our main seasons are summer, winter and monsoon. According to these three seasons, children, we keep changing our clothes. We keep changing the materials of the clothes which we wear. So first let's talk about the summer season. So children, in summer season, it's very hot. So in summer season we usually wear light colored clothes, okay? Because these light colored clothes absorb a very little sunlight and keeps our body cool, right? So in summer we usually wear light colored clothes made from the cotton or linen. So such clothes allow heat from our body to escape, and as you light colored clothes absorb a very little sunlight, so this keeps the body cool. Now in winter season, see, in winter season children, we usually wear a dark colored clothes that is made from wool. So woolen clothes do not allow the body heat to escape, so we feel warm. So dark colored clothes absorb a heat from sunlight, and the heat of the sun is passed on to our body and making us feel warm. Right? Now in the winter season, in rainy season, so children, we wear raincoats, and it is made from the waterproof materials such as the plastic or rubber during rains. Okay, so children, you know, waterproof something that does not let water go through it. Okay, so when it rains, we use raincoat that is made of waterproof material. So children, this is a very important part. Why do we wear clothes? We wear clothes to protect ourselves from the sun, rain, cold, dust, and from insect bites. So we need clothes to cover our body and to keep us warm. Okay? Clothes also protect us from the heat of the sun, cold, rain, and insect bites. Children, you know, early men used the skin of animals to cover the body. Today we wear clothes. Okay? And that's why we need clothes to cover our body, and these clothes keeps us warm in winter. Okay, so clothes protect us from the heat of the sun and keeps us cool. Right? Now raincoat protect us from rain and help to keep us dry. Woolen clothes protect us from cold and helps to keep us warm. Wearing full sleeve clothes can protect us from insects such as mosquitoes, okay, bites. Okay, so now children, we will be discussing a very important topic, that is how are clothes made up of. Now before we talk about how clothes made up of, children, you should knowing and the base and you are aware of the basic terms like fiber, yarn and fabric. So children, all clothes are made from fabric. Children, if you look closely at any fabric, what you will see, you can see that it is made up of many thin threads. Okay, so these thin threads are called yarn, right? So these children, you know, these three terms are involved in making your clothes. So let's begin. Children, fiber, when we're talking about the fiber, is a raw material, right, which is directly obtained from plants or from animals. Okay, like cotton. Okay, cotton obtained from plants, linen obtained from the flax, stem of flax plant. Okay, and wool obtained from sheep. Okay, so similarly we can also see this raw material that is made, and that is a, see children, when we're talking about the fiber, see, fiber are of two types. One is a natural fiber and the second one is a man-made. Okay, so when we're talking about the natural fiber, okay, so natural fibers are obtained from plants or from animals, and the synthetic fibers, that is called the man-made fibers. Okay, so fibers are of two types, natural and man-made. Children, after fiber is a raw material, after that then spinning of the fiber take place. Okay, so you know, they are put into a big machine, their spinning is done, and then finally we obtain a long thread from which the cloths are made. Children, if you observe any kind of cloth, we can find that many thin threads, okay, together have been used for making the fabric of the cloth, right, from which a beautiful clothes are made. So see, first fiber, the spinning of the fiber is done, and then they are converted into yarn. Yarn are many thin thread, you know, they are interlocked together and then they form the yarn. So many thin threads together form the yarn that are obtained from the raw materials called fiber. After this spinning of fiber, children, we obtain the yarn. So these yarns are many thin threads that make a cloth. Then weaving and knitting of this yarn take place. You all know when the cloth is made of, you know children, where this cloth is made of a place where the cloths are made, it's in a textile mill. Okay, so it is produced, so there the cloth is produced, right? So what take place? Weaving and knitting of yarn take place. Children, you know weaving. Weaving, it is a method in which a cloth is made by two threads crisscrossing together. And when we are talking about the knitting, so knitting is a method by which a single yarn is twisted into a series of loops to make cloth. Okay, so knitting, weaving and knitting together form a fabric. So children, fabric is the material of the cloth. So children, from this fabric a beautiful clothes are made, right? Now when we're talking about the fibers, fibers are of two types, okay, right? One is the natural fiber and the second is a man-made fiber. See, if the question will ask, differentiate, what is the difference between the natural fibers and the man-made fiber? See, when we're talking about the natural fibers, see, the fibers that are obtained either from plants or animals are called the natural fibers, right? So the examples from plants, cotton, linen, and from animals, wool from sheep, silk from silkworm. Okay. Now when we are talking about the man-made fiber is made from the man. Okay. So this is also known as a synthetic fiber. So when we are talking about the man-made fiber, fibers that are found naturally and are made by man are called synthetic fiber or man-made fiber. Okay. So examples are nylon, rayon and polyester. So these are the examples of the which they are the man-made fibers, right? Now children, when we are talking about the man-made fiber, it's the second name of man-made fiber is also a synthetic fiber. Okay, so the fibers that are not found naturally and are made by man are called synthetic or man-made fibers. Okay, so examples are the nylon and polyesters. Okay, so children, you know most fabrics made from the synthetic fibers and they are very strong and can last a long. They are stretchable, lightweight, wrinkle free and can be waterproof, right? Okay children, now we'll be dealing how to take care of clothes. Okay, so children, you know proper care and maintenance of a cloth is very important for healthy living, right? So cloth is not only cover a body, you know, but also improves a personality, right? So you know children, dirty clothes carry many germs and bacteria which can cause infections in our bodies. You know children, dirty clothes make up upset and unhealthy. So clothes should be washed well with a good soap or detergent to remove all the sweat, dirt and stains. Okay, so clothes should be washed well with a good soap or detergent to remove all the sweat, dirt and stains. Okay, now the second one, see, woolen or silk clothes should be stored with a mothball or dried neem leaves to keep the insects away. So children, this is also second point is also very important. Okay, so how we are going to take a care of a woolen cloth? Okay, so you must store properly woolen and silk cloth as they are no more suitable to wear due to the nature of weather. So when you store your woolen and silk cloth, you should keep a mothballs or dried neem leaves, right, along with them. So this keeps the insects away. So the insects, you know children, such as moth and silverfish, okay, so they easily attacked on this woolen and the silk cloth. So woolen and silk cloth need a lot of care because they are easily attacked by small insects such as moth and silverfish. Okay, now the third is very important point. Woolen coats and the trousers should be dry cleaned. Okay, they may get damaged by plain washing. So children, the fundamental difference between the dry cleaning and the laundering, I am telling you, dry cleaning, when we are talking about the dry cleaning does not use water, while laundering does. They use the water. Okay, so most dry cleaners use chemical solvent like the petrol to get rid of stains, okay, like pen ink, while the processes of laundering they use a gentle soap and detergent. Okay, so children, dry cleaning is better for removing grease, oil or other deep set stains. Basic detergents may not always be able to get stains out of clothing, but dry clean can do all these things. So children, in this way we have covered the whole chapter, okay, the clothes we wear. Okay, so please read the chapter, okay, and learn the difficult spellings. Till that time, okay, bye bye to everyone.